What's up, everybody? We are here today at good old Southern Distillery.
Southern Distilling, Southern Star.
Right here in the good old state of North Carolina. We're here with a big old group. It's our friend meetup. Get this turned around.
About 20 minutes from home.
Yeah. And some people have been here, some people have not. But we'll go inside, get a little B-roll, and we're doing a tour. Maybe a bottle of your own. Not entirely certain, but yeah, we'll find out.
So welcome to Southern Distillery. Property was purchased in 2008 by Pete and Barger. This was supposed to be a NASCAR hub and nothing ever became of it. So these were all dirt floors and nothing but a ceiling. Deanna is from California. Pete is from right here in Statesville. And so Pete said, when they met in college, he said, listen, I've got this great property, roughly 26 acres of land. And he said, we're going to move back there. We're going to turn this place into a beautiful distillery. So that's exactly what they did. And we've been going strong since 2017. Open to the public then. When we first started, you can see the fermentation tanks behind you. We only had 3 when we first started. Now we have up to 11, 12, somewhere in there. So we've got a lot. This is Mother. She's over 44 feet tall. She's a column still, so she's not just the biggest in North Carolina, she's the biggest on the East Coast. So she'll pump out 11 gallons per minute. So what's happening? Steam is coming in from the back and pushing up. As it pushes up, it's going to roll. It's going to go through all those different chambers. I think there's 22 different chambers. As it goes up, the actual alcohol is going to evaporate, and it is going to come back down. These are condensers on each side. So it's got to go through that, come down the pipe. This is the first run. So it's kind of grainy and gray looking. So we're going to send it right back through what we call a doubler. And the doubler is going to redistill it until it's crystal clear. So this is what we're looking for this is what whiskey looks like. Everybody thinks it's got that beautiful amber color and all these great flavors. And it does, but it's got to go into a barrel. And it's going to take some time to actually get that. Any questions? No questions?
No.
Well, we got to wait till the show.
Okay. Bringing in some grain.
Yep, there's some grain right there.
So Pete has a master's in engineering. He's in California doing engineering stuff. He was like, nah, I don't like this anymore. Came back here, tried to start wine. That wasn't working out for him.
Yeah, and then started this. That's correct. Yeah.
It's hard to grow good grapes in North Carolina.
It is. So let's talk about American-made bourbon for a moment. So American-made bourbon, A, B, C. A has to be made in America. B is going to be barreled. We choose white oak, but you can choose red oak. You can choose whatever kind of oak you want, French oak, whatever. But this is what we choose to use. This is our charring scale from 1 to 4. We normally char to 3, but we have all these cooperages from Kentucky to Virginia. We're trying to build one. People are trying to build one right here in North Carolina because we have an abundance of white oak. And so that's Minnesota. We get them all from all these different places. One-time use, and then we can use it for whiskey, but one-time use for bourbon. Whiskey all day long. You can use it. You can sell it to the general public like us, or you can sell it to whoever. Scotland, Ireland, Japan, Germany, all those places. C is going to be corn, so it's got to be 51% corn or higher to be an actual bourbon. This is the brain of the operation back here. So more than the actual fermentation stills, I like to look at the piping. because that is how everything moves around. We're not in our grandfather's backyard. We're not in our popcorn son's backyard either. So everything moves around through that. From the pipes up the top to the cooker over there, it's going to move through what I call the radiator, cool itself down. It's coming off of that at about 250 degrees. So we've got the silos. We have 4 major corn, wheat, rye, malted barley. Those are the 4 main grains that we use. So it's going to come out of off of the actual silo. So you got, let's just say we're going to make a bourbon. So 70% corn, 16 wheat, 14% malted barley. It's going to come off of there. We'll go into this baby right here, get churned up, and end up right there in the actual cooker. So we're going to have water, enzymes, and that mash bill. And from there, it's going to move over to the actual fermentation still, and that's what we'll add the yeast. Like I said, roughly we're sitting on 26 acres of land. If you look up there, you've got Rick House A right there, and Rick House B is beside it. So we've got about 42,000 barrels sitting up there right now. You can see the actual where we keep the grain a little better right there. We got the trucks that pull up. They hook up to that red machine, pump it through the pipe, and it goes into the actual silos. For you guys, this is kind of the end product. So pumping in, it's going to sit here for 60 hours. Each one of these will hold 53 to 5,500 gallons of liquid. So underneath this is liquid. So think about this as your favorite stew, and everything's coming together right now. So what's going to happen with this, you've got 9,000 pounds of grain. It's all rising to the top, and it's crusting over as we speak. You can see it's starting to crack. It's turning into the finished product. When it comes off of that cooker behind you that we were downstairs looking at, it's going to come through this, fill this entire thing up. So after 60 hours, this has to go somewhere, right? So we've got to send it back down through a small hole in the bottom. We use this big wand and kind of blow it and make sure all this stuff kind of churns back up, because it's not going to go through the bottom of that hole. Anybody looks around, you look at, see the hole down there, it's small. So when it's done here, we're going to send it over to the actual rear well, and that is where we will agitate. So it looks like a propeller at the bottom of it, and it's going to churn all this stuff up and turn it back into that liquid form. But you can see this process where it is now versus this. This is going to be a rye. I can look at all these dark specks in here and tell you that that's a rye. So this is at an infancy stage. That's at the kind of going, it's still got a few more hours, but.
What's your general overall time? 3 days?
60 hours.
60, yeah.
60 hours.
Are you guys selling or giving the spent grains to the local farmers,
so
local ranchers?
We get them from right here in Statesville. The only thing we can't get is going to be malted barley. It is a cool season grain, so we get it from the north. But your corn, rye, wheat comes from right here in Statesville. And when we're done with it, we send it right back to those farmers, and they feed their cattle, pigs, chickens, fertilize the land. So you can see we have another copper still right here doing the same exact thing as mother, just on a different scale, so we can run that independently. So same thing. Goes up, use the doubler, read it still, until it comes out what we want. You can look at over here. So you can see these are our barrels right here, and these are from the early 1900s. So these are from the south of France.
Armagnacs.
Do some cool stuff with that. We're going to make it into a pairing with cigars. So that one's going to be coming up soon in the next few months. And so we'll see what we get out of these.
Those are Armagnac casks?
Yep. That's right.
And then you got.
I'm looking forward to that one.
I know, right?
I'm a sucker for a good cigar blend.
We've got a Zinfandel coming up that I'm not too.
1792 did one that was pretty good.
So you got a barrel select.
I don't know. We'll see.
Might surprise you a little.
So this is where we do the barreling. So the barrels, we're going to move all this stuff out of the way. We're going to line this up in nothing but barrels. 53 gallons for each barrel. Each one will weigh about 550 pounds. Take them out there to the rick out. Set them up right there. Take them out. If we're doing a single barrel, we've got this back here. Where you have a screen, and then we put cheesecloth basically on top of it. And we'll bring one in on a forklift and pop it down on here, take the bung out and drain it, and we'll put it in these smaller containers and take it out and bottle it right then and there. So,
That's great. Whatever the store or whatever tasted
yep,
at their tasting
It's
is
done.
exactly what they're going to get. Instead of some of these where it waits 6 months or.
that's right.
Yep.
So this is important also. So we don't have any kind
Have to
of
flip that image.
temperature control on the actual rick houses. So North Carolina is great for making whiskey because you get expansion and contraction. In the summer, we want it to expand into that wood. In the winter, we want it to contract. And so after 4 years, 4 or 5 years, it makes a great whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
But more than that, the actual pallets, the air gets to ebb and flow through those pallets. So you've got floors like this that are concrete, you've got air flowing back and forth through there, keeps it at a normal temperature. If we need to raise the door or lower the door, we can do that also.
How high do you guys stack the pallets? How many pallets? 7 high? Okay.
West Virginia barrels.
What?
Looks like West Virginia barrels.
Those are good barrels.
Cooperage.
So Brothers Bond. So what he's talking about with Brothers Bond, is anybody seen Vampire Diaries?
Mm-hmm. Well, didn't see that, but I know where the whiskey comes from. So
Sure.
got a little bit
Somebody just got outed.
of it. Yeah.
There's two guys on that show, and they were, I guess, vampire brothers. I don't know. I've never seen the show.
Blood Brothers.
But yes, they came to Pete, our owner, and said, "Hey, we want to make a mash bill that's just for us." And so they came up with one, and so we produce it right here. Same thing with brewzle. I don't know. Has anybody ever heard of brewzle? All right, everybody.
A little bit, right? Yeah.
All right, so brewzle did the same thing. Over the summer, he came here on a very hot day, and he took everybody to the rick house, and they got to try 4 different whiskeys that he brought, or single malts, single malt. And they got to try each one, and they got a ticket, and they got to throw it in a bucket and say, "That's the one I want." So we produce that for them here also. But you can look up here and see you've got char 4, char 3. You've got a rye right there, 105 proof, 70% rye, 20% corn, 10% malted barley.
Let's see, that one's West Virginia Great Barrel
Barreled in
Company.
2020.
And these are Minnesota.
Yep.
Yep. So we got barrels from Minnesota.
West
Did
Virginia.
you see West Virginia?
Yeah.
Got some.
Yeah. If you look at the rivets on it, it'll have WV.
Mm-hmm.
So the proof on there is entry proof?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it always 105 for rye, 100 for bourbon?
No, so his name's Ed. God, I can't remember his last name. He's a hockey player. So
Mhm.
he bought all this stuff.
Oh, wow.
And
Hockey must pay well.
basically this is what he wanted.
Okay.
But he hasn't necessarily stood up for what he said he was going to do. But so we started tapping into the ones with the red label. So
Okay.
what's your name?
Bill.
Bill. All right. So Bill comes in and you want a single barrel for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So you take one of those, one from up top, one from way down there, and you try them all out. You say, okay, I like that. So put it in one barrel, bottle it for me, and whenever that expression or flavor is done, it's done.
Mhm. Right.
So, And I know you probably know that.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Sorry, it's good for the camera.
it's good for the camera. Yeah.
And at the very top, you're going to have more evaporation than you're going to get from the middle or the bottom. So all that plays a part in your flavoring and your selection.
Mm-hmm.
Space side, are we?
No, space side barrel.
Yeah. Okay.
Cooperage. Yeah. Not Scotland.
These do leak. Obviously, you see all this stuff coming out of them. So this is the char from the inside. So the way that we actually patch this is going to be with beeswax. We don't use any kind of chemical or anything. No. Nobody wants
No
that.
wedges.
For those
or
of you that didn't
anything.
get that was the opening tunes of Southern Cross.
I'll take you back here. So this is actually where we do the bottling. So like I said, those smaller metal containers, we'll bring them back here, hook them up to this machine. Somebody will be right here at the bottling station, popping each one full, sending it down the line. Somebody will be in the middle, and they'll tap a cork in the top of it, and then there'll be about 8 to 10 people at the very bottom, because that's where it really gets bottled up. And they will put the labels on it. Sometimes they write, what barrel it came from and the actual proof, and then put it in the on the pallet and send it out.
All right, you guys distract. We'll roll this out.
West Virginia Great Barrel Company. Toasted barrel.
I've watched several of his.
We are going to tour a rick house, and you guys saw we were in a rick house for the brewzle video, but
I like to return with as many as I bring out.
we are going to go check it out with our whole fun group here. So, a little extra addition to this tour here.
Now, you have to forgive me, it is a little messy in here, but at least you get to see it.
It's lived in.
Exactly. It's more like 7 or 8 different tasks every day.
Oh boy,
I can do what I can.
got a couple barrels and had some fun.
Looks like they're leaking
Oh, yeah.
from the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are my ring or the grudge barrels. Normally it's nice and clean in here, but as I was saying, I'm one man with 9 different jobs here. So there's a little bit of everything everywhere. So I'll get up here and clean it later. None of y'all have been in the rick house before here, right?
We have.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're here for Brewzle's event.
Brewzle's event.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, it was a lot cleaner then.
It looks better now,
Been
actually.
through the rick house. Right now you're standing amongst about 22 to 23,000 barrels. Various ages, various mash bills, various cooperages, clients, a whole litany of different things inside of this building. Now, I can tell you it's all whiskey and bourbon in here. There's no other spirit in here. That's an A, and it's very, 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 very small snippet of A that has something different in there. So we can talk about that later. We are 7 pallets high, 9 pallets deep in any given row. The first row is usually about 5 high just due to support beams and things of that nature, the architecture of the building. As you can feel, we are not climate controlled. This is completely open to the elements. Now we do have a cross ventilation system, which is just simply the vents on the either side of the building and the vents that we have up top. Those right now are open only because we are in here so much. It just helps to keep some of the permeance of the alcohol vapor down, but it's not really affecting the temperature as much as the side vents do. We shut those as soon as it gets cold. We open them back up when the heat of the summer comes back. How it feels in here will pretty much be how it is until about May, June-ish. Then it'll rise by about 10 to 15 degrees. So on and so forth. August, September tends to be our hottest time frame in here. With my little temperature probes that I have in various spots, it generally doesn't ever get above about 85, 86 degrees in here, which is really nice. We'll get as cold as, I've gotten 34, I've gotten 35, but that's very infrequently. It's usually, like right now, I think it's about 48 to 50 degrees inside here, just because I've had that door open for a little while, driving the forklift back and forth. A lot of folks tend to ask us why do we palletize. There's a number of reasons. The simplest is the easiest. Price. What the hell are you doing here, Noah?
He's the man delivering drinks.
I know, right?
That's high quality service right
That's
there.
right.
Call that on DoorDash. But we palletize for the simplest reason is one of the most cost-effective ways of doing it. As y'all saw down in the main building, we do have a few stoves left over. Down there is about 1,400 barrels. Drawback to that is if the client that owns those barrels wants one of the ones that's on the bottom and they are 9 high, all 9 rows come down, and then they go right back up. To do that, it takes about 8.5 to 10 hours. It takes 3 individuals, usually myself on the top, because for OSHA, I have to like literally tether myself into the ceiling in case I fall, and it's been known to happen. 1 person on the forklift, and then 1 person taking the barrels as it comes off. Here though, I can clear a row in 40 minutes. I can pull everything out to get to that back barrel in about 40 minutes. Now, putting them back up is the harder part because knowing me, I do them one way time, another way down at the time, and then I have to rearrange and remap and stack. We use a computer program that allows us to install a barrel into its location, and that's where it's at. So if I want to know where barrel number 36,416 is, it'll tell me the building, it'll tell me the row, it'll tell me the depth, and it'll tell me the height. It will go 1 step further and tell me where it is on the pallet, but that's a little too brown-nosy overkill-ish. We don't go that far. But I at least know where all 4 of my barrels are at all times on any given pallet. Our older pallets here on my left, what is y'all's right, are 6x. We did those originally. Just getting a lot harder to work with those, and what I mean by that is a lot of trucking companies, when they're coming to pick up and they want to load as much possible, if you get the right trailer, you can load these 4x 2x2. That's not every trailer, but you definitely can't do it with 6x. So that's guaranteed to lower your amount of barrels you can put on a truck with pallets. But if they want to loose load, I think my max so far has been 96 loose barrels on a trailer before. And that is using every cubic centimeter of space.
That's non-pallet. You pull
That's non-pallet. That's literally, I kick them onto the forks, drive it in there, set it down on the ground, use the forks to stand it up, and push them in ever so slightly, and wiggle them to exactly where I need them to be. I did that this morning for 47 barrels. I just can't tell you where they're going.
So these oldest barrels, about how old are they?
We've got some 8.5-year-old Paragon. And 1, 2, 3, 3rd row in, starting where you see that sticker that says reserve and up. So those were literally the first Paragon barrels that we laid down for ourselves. We don't touch those. We're not doing anything with those right now. The current plan is potentially, let's say, a 10-year reserve, for example. But Pete, our owner, everything that goes to bottle, he tastes first and he approves. Nothing gets released that he doesn't personally approve himself. For STC, that is. Clients can do whatever they want. So if it's time, if he says, I need a 20-barrel dump to become the next bourbon release. Okay, cool. Knowing that it's going to be 20 barrels, volume-wise, so we can have our bottle output, I'll pull 40 barrels. And I'll pull them from various locations. Usually I'll have, the only guidance I will have is they need to be from either this time frame or sometimes as far as this lot code. And I'll explain that in just a moment. But then I'll pull 40 barrels. I'll do highs, mediums, lows, insides, outsides, multiple buildings if I can do it. If he allows me to do different cooperages, I'll do different cooperages. But it all depends on a flavor profile that we're still trying to hit. It's always important that we match what it used to be. We're not trying to get it exactly because we don't want to carbon copy it. But we do want the same impression every time, like a double rye. That's one of the best examples. If you look on our website, Double Rye's tasting notes are the original tasting notes from a group of veterans that he brought in prior to releasing Double Rye. He had to taste a product, said, I'm not going to tell you what it is right away. Taste it, tell me what you think. They gave their notes. Thankfully, they were all positives. There were some constructive, and those have been the same tasting notes that we strive for in all of our releases. So it's very important that we keep that legacy alive as we go down the list. Again, as I said, a lot of different ages, a lot of different mash bills, clients. That's really all I've got to say. Questions? Anything anybody wants to know?
Do you monitor humidity or just temperature?
I monitor it, but I'm not into a point where it concerns me. I monitor it just so that we know what's going on. But we're North Carolina. It's going to be humid. We know that. Inside these 2 buildings here in A, it doesn't tend to get too humid, which is nice. Being these steel walls the way they are, I joke with folks. I'm like, our rick houses are 4 walls, a floor, and ceiling. Some concrete on the bottom and some sheet metal at the top. That's exactly what it is. They don't get too humid, which is really nice in the summer. It's kind of a nice respite from what's going on outside. You start rolling on that forklift back and forth, it cools you off real quick. But it works adversely in the winter. You get real cold real quick. That's why it's 4 layers. And then we are monitoring temperature just because we want to see. We usually, in the summer, summer and the spring, we'll get about a 20 to 24 degree variance from bottom to top. So I am watching for that kind of stuff. But we have a very short dormancy period where it'll kind of go to sleep, as it were, for the cold. because the barometric pressure is just going to keep moving it, especially like these last few weeks where, 2 weeks ago we were at 72 degrees, I think it was. Christmas was a nice hot Christmas, and now today it was 18 degrees when I got up this morning. I'm like, why could this not have been a month ago?
It's gonna snow Monday.
I know, it gets me in the Christmas spirit when it's cold. I don't like it when it's after the fact. What else? More questions? Anything you want to know? I'll tell you anything I can. If I ask me something off
You
the
might have
camera.
already answered this, but do you rotate it all, or where it sits, it's where it sits?
Not by design. So I'll
Yeah,
say
if
that.
you,
I'll
if
put
you
it
need that barrel way back there.
Exactly. I do not rotate by design. But case in point, I've torn out this front part of this row. I've torn out several rows on the left-hand side going down. I literally just pulled the barrels and staged them. Now what I'll do is, as I go to put them back up, if they're a number sequence I know we're not going to touch for a while, put them further in the back. But if they're things I know that we've been pulling a lot of similar barrels for single barrel selections, or I'll get ahead of the bottling plan. If I know these are going to be some of the ones I'm going to want for samples, I am not going to rebury them. I'm not going to work twice as hard as if I can help it. I do that enough on my own.
Do you guys deliberately put the same mash bill on
No.
all levels and monitor it and keep
No.
track so you can
I would love to say
level
yes.
9 or something
I
like
would
that?
love to say yes, because that makes it sound like, we're scientifically. We find with this, and Pete will never say this, and he has never said this, and that's the truth. The way I view it is, sometimes we like to just experience it how we experience it. Let the chips fall where they may. Knock on wood, that's done us very well. Now, in the instance of things like finishes, the honey release. Has anybody had our honey release?
We just had it.
She has it.
You're
had it.
You're talking to the architect. You're talking to the architect. And what I mean by that, I was the guy that not only made the honey barrels, I'm the guy that rolled the honey barrels up and down this floor for 2 months in the winter. And I'm also the guy that dug out rows so that all the honey barrels were around the 9.7, the highest spot possible, because I wanted them to get as hot as
So
possible.
where's the honey?
Nice.
The honey, we use local beekeepers. So we did 10 barrels this past run. 2 were from Craig Connolly, the man that made the one the year previous. He's about 15 minutes away. I believe it's, don't quote me, Gates County. Spoiler, don't quote me. 4 of the barrels were made with honey from the young lady next door. So literally right across the berm here.
Wow.
And then 4 were made from one of our dunnage, our slop truck drivers. He has an apiary right in Wilkes County. And so we bought honey from him to make the barrels. The honey did not remain in the barrels. So what I did is I bought, what was it? 30 gallons total to make 8 barrels. Equally dispersed the honey amongst the 8. And for 3 weeks, rolled the barrels constantly with freshly dumped Paragon barrels. That was very important because that's exactly what the first one was. Once I thought it was saturated enough, I dumped the honey out. Because we're not making honey liquor.
Did you discard it? Or
Nope.
So did y'all
strain
sell
it,
the honey in here?
bottle it,
We have projects.
put it back in the barrel?
We have projects. That's all I can say.
It's in a stainless steel container on Funk and Wagnall's
It's
front
still
porch.
on property.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can confirm or deny that.
Ooh.
So then I installed the same lot juice, and what I mean by that is the original barrel was a particular cooperage that we wanted to use, particular time, age, all that kind of stuff. So we pulled 10 from that or actually it took me 14 to pull from that same lot to create the blend that went into those barrels. And then, like I said, it was 2 straight months of every day. I'd come in, or one of my teammates, we'd roll it up and down, each barrel, up and down, up and down, up and down, and then palletized, dispersed amongst this rick house in the highest spots possible to be as hot as possible. It took us 11 months to create that first release. It took us 7.5, almost 8 months to create that second release, which was nice that we could expedite it a little bit. This year, I want to do some different things. We're in the Genesis portion of creating the next honey release. I want to try some different things that I've got to run by Pete that I can't put on camera, so maybe we talk here in a little bit.
Tell me when to turn it off. It'll be off.
Go ahead and turn it off.
Are you guys, when you sourcing your barrels, are you sourcing seasoned stave barrels or are they fresh?
Oh yeah, good question.
Season. Yeah,
Seasoned?
so
Okay.
So what we'll do, and everybody likes to ask, where do you get your barrel? We get it from everywhere.
You're right. Yeah.
We go for best price.
Yeah. I've seen
We go for
Kelvin. I've seen West Virginia.
barrels?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I'm filling those right
Saw
now.
Kelvin's.
That's
Yeah.
West Virginia right there. So the barrels are really, it's the best price, most feasibility and ease. We don't care where they come from. There are some cooperatives that I won't list that we don't prefer to use. It just is what it is. Everybody has their preferences.
Right.
There's some that we really like to use. And then clients can dictate whatever they want. Being a contract distiller, I believe we're up to 186 clients right now. If they want something particular, that's what they get. because they have to trust us to facilitate that.
Right. And it's going to go into their price.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
If they want a more expensive cooperage, then they're going to
if
pay
the
for it.
client wants, independent stave company, char 3, no toast, we're going to get them that.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of clients that will literally never see their barrels. So they've got to have the trust in us that we're
Right.
going to do the right thing and do exactly what they want.
You guys ever do wave stave?
No, I've heard of them, but we have not.
I had never heard of it until I saw it at Broad Branch.
I got you.
They had
I
some.
got you.
Yeah.
West Virginia, Speyside, Independent Stave Company, Canton,
Saw some
Blackwater,
Kelvins.
Black Swan, Kelvin, Barrel 53. I'm just trying to think of all the ones I've seen.
I
You
feel
had
like,
some from
I feel
Minnesota
like
or
West
Michigan.
Virginia can
One
be
of the two.
around forever too. Like when you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Like,
the craziest part about West Virginia that I
they're
respect,
unlimited.
they've only been, this is their 10th year in business. That's it.
my point.
Mhm.
Like they
That's
have
it.
unlimited
Growth, yeah.
growth.
Independent Stave Company, I really think is probably going to be one of the biggest. There are talks of potentially having an independent stave company manufacturing facility in North Carolina. And there is even some rumblings potentially Iredell County.
Wow.
Now, this is all just rumors and
Oh, there's-
unsubstantiated, but
Most of my wooded on my property is white oak.
great.
Yeah.
I love a Speyside. Speyside turns out some great juice.
What's your favorite
Really does.
cooperage?
I wouldn't say my favorite. It's definitely, I don't have a favorite. 'Cause,
Most
I mean, the juice-
consistent per se that you
It is
pick
going
up for your product?
It's going to be one of the most consistent. Historically, it's turned out some of our
Don't want to say best, but
it's turned out some of the most complex.
Okay.
And I love complexity when I
Yeah.
get anything. I don't like it just to taste like anything.
yeah, don't
like
give me just caramel and pepper. And
exactly.
oak.
If I
Give me
want something to
extra.
taste the same, I want to be tasting bottles out of the same release.
Yeah.
So, like if I go to bourbon, which used to be called standard, every release tastes a little bit different, but it's similar enough to still be what it is, and that's what I enjoy. That's what I appreciate.
Gotcha.
So knowing what I know which ones had this many of this barrel, this many of that barrel, so I know which ones I gravitate more towards.
Mhm.
But like with double rye being the same way, double rye is the most uncontrollable because of how much we do going into that. And what I mean by that is, and for those of you that don't know double rye is the only product that is a blend of 2 mash bills. We use a 513910 rye whiskey, and we use a 95.5 rye whiskey. But the 95.5, after it's aged to a certain amount of time, will get dumped and installed into a wet bourbon, or a freshly dumped bourbon barrel to experience a mellowing or secondary aging. I prefer to use mellowing. Anywhere between 3 and 14 months. All depends. Again,
Okay.
it's all about when it's right.
Yeah, that
When it
specific
passes the
juice.
Oh, and when it went in the barrel, if it went in the spring, maybe it's
Right.
sooner.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it goes in the dead of winter.
So they then get dumped. Each lot will get dumped separately. By proof gallons, we will take equal portions, proof down to 100. And then to make sure that it's truly 50-50, again, proof gallons. If I have 500 proof gallons of 513910, I'm only going to utilize 500 gallons of the 95. And then that gets brought down to 88. So it's truly 50-50.
Okay.
We want to make sure one flavor doesn't overpower the other.
Mhm.
And that, being prior military, with Ron being prior military, those of you who haven't met Ron or seen Ron, he's the uglier, fatter, older version of me. That's my dad. And I say that on camera pop.
I know that we got the same feeling going on right here.
But no, both of us being prior military, half of that bottle goes directly to purple party homes. $17.50 of a bottle. I think it was in 2024 was the Christmas party that I'm thinking of. We cut Purple Heart Homes a check for $50,000 off a
That's
$35
awesome.
bottle.
That's fantastic.
After $17.50 donation to them.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
So that's a really cool thing that we do. That forever, I joke with folks, even if we start putting water in the bottle, that'd be my favorite product. What I'm not going to tell you is which is which. I'm not going to tell you whose favorite is which one. I'm not going to tell you anything like that. I'm going to tell you it's selection number 2 and selection number 4.
I like the color on 2 already.
Okay? So, selection 2.
I have these same chairs in my whiskey room, by the way.
Nice. So there we go, selection 2. So you guys can figure out, and ladies, or whomever's tasting, can figure out which hand they want to keep selection 2 in. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave selection 4
I'm going to give you
Ooh.
on the tray. I've got one. Okay, that's for that goes right there.
Who's filming, Monica?
He just retired yesterday after
Oh, you're filming
20.
too.
Cheers. Cheers. Let's pick a good one.
Jimmy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Get that glass in here.
Love you.
Clink, clink, clink. I
Love
fly.
you, brothers.
So it's a selection 2, Jimmy. It's 2 and 4.
Yeah, he picked 2 because I said I like the color.
So here's the thing that I think. I think that if you're going to do 1 or 2 bottles, however many you're going to do for the Cast of Corks program, Ron's getting ready to start one in just a couple moments. It's got 2 individuals in it. So whichever selection you want to go with and whoever wants to do it, join in with Ron.
I think I've tasted, 8 different things so far today?
All
Yeah.
kind of blends together in the end.
And this doesn't taste like any of them.
So again, I'm not
Yeah.
selling it because I don't need to sell it. I'll tell you the really cool thing about this
That's nice.
compared to the rest of our products on the floor right now. This is the only way to experience this mash bill. This mash bill does not exist in any of our products right now. So
Look at you.
thank you very
so
much.
much.
Coming in
Appreciate it.
clutch. Thank you. Well, that finish is fantastic. Here you go, Andy.
They'll do Cast of Cork with you, and then they'll do Cast of Cork when you pay for it.
The whole thing?
So
That finish is fruity.
75-21-4.
It is a nice finish too.
Yeah.
So still classifies
Lingers a little bit.
as your high rye bourbon.
Slightly tropical.
All West Virginias, all toast medium char 3s, all made within the same 10 days of one another. These are not both the barrels I was talking about being brothers.
Mhm.
The end of that story that I don't think I said at Rick House was like, when I do unique things, when I do 2 barrels like that, being that they're both different, I jokingly call them the daytime soap opera, good brother, bad brother. One got adopted by the bad family, grew the mustache, the other one went off to become a doctor. So perhaps one of these is one of those. Perhaps these are not.
Spice.
When you're ready, you jump into selection number 4. I'll tell you more about the selections once you've made your decision.
Ooh, I got some char in that one.
Number 2 or number
Get
4.
in, boys.
It means I love it. It's got char in it.
Not
Oh, you got a little floater?
Well, it ain't a
Salute.
floater.
Still on
It
char
ain't a
in there?
floater. It's a sinker.
It's a sinker?
That's a water bug.
I got 3 sinkers in there. I love it.
Well, I got some too.
Stop showing off, guys.
Now, this is going to sound like a bad thing, but I get this sometimes on bourbons, and I generally like them when I get it. There's a barnyard note on this one for me.
What?
Barnyard.
He's a Kentucky boy. Just ignore that one.
You know when you go into a cattle farm and you know that you're on a cattle farm
Yeah.
because you can smell it?
So
That's
I've
It's like a
probably
sweet
done-
grass kind
I've
of
probably
thing.
done 70 or 80 barrel selections now. Led them, I interact with folks because I love to hear people talk about bourbon. I love to see how people go. And then I tell them the story of Pete and Vienna. And what I mean by that is when Pete and Vienna taste things, they are truly the most polar opposite. What I mean by that is how they experience it. Pete is very descriptive.
That's
Cherry bomb,
That's-
vanilla, leather,
I'll
he
say
has
something too. I
buzzwords.
want to go back to it.
Vienna, on the other hand, is very much evocative of memories. She tells you a story about what it brings to mind. We've had one time, we had this one selection. I can't remember what group it was with, but some of the guys in there were clearly aficionados of the more higher end stuff because of their bank accounts. More power to you. So I told these folks, I'm like, listen, I want to hear what you guys taste. Nothing's wrong, nothing's stupid, nothing's bad. But this guy was like, it reminds me of this one time I was in Brazil and I ran across red hot coals barefoot. And when I got to the end of the coals, I stepped on a burr that was 3 inches long and it dug its way into my heel. And when I screamed and tasted something, this is what I'm tasting. I'm like, I can't put that on.
What's that? Hold on.
That's a long description
Hold on.
there, bro.
Wait, was that Trenton from SLB?
It might have been.
Just kidding.
I got a floater.
Number 2.
Yep.
This first.
The first one.
Let's call 'em one,
Personally,
too.
I felt it right on the tip of my tongue. The high rye, could tell that it was high rye. Nice long finish. The mouthfeel was good. 4 is to me a caramely Werther's original in a glass.
We got 2 different.
With a drier finish.
Look
Two
at
different
that.
finishes.
Yeah.
And I didn't have anything on the front of that.
2 different sweetnesses.
See, I thought for me, I got it all on the front first sip of it, and then the second sip, it went on back. So, and I get a little like an effervescence off of it too.
It's super sweet.
What's
4.
interesting is that they're
The second
both
one.
totally different.
Yes.
And
I bet you're number 2 and he's number 4.
yeah, I'm going 2 for you, 4 for you.
I have a different reason though, because you were like, this is 2 and this one is 4. That's
I was
why
trying
I
to
said
remember
you're
what
2.
All right, so do we want to know the truth?
Let's vote first.
Okay.
Hands up for 2.
I'm either way.
Okay.
I can go either way.
I could do either.
Whatever.
Had this fruity
Too
pepper.
fruity.
It
Yes.
tasted like a
I
bowl
think
of fruit.
Normally for this to be made
a little
the
bit longer.
traditional way, you're looking at 7 experiences.
Yep.
You've done it in one shot. If 2 people do the cask work, you do a bottle. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
it's.
That's
I think 2
That's a
is
good
the one
idea.
you're going to
Yeah.
choose.
Yeah.
So now I'll tell you the truth. Neither one of these is a good brother, bad brother. These are neither 99.56 or 99.57. Number 4 is 10,129. Don't hold me to it. It's on paper. Number 2 is 10,056, whatever the case is. 4 is both Ron and I's favorite.
That's
Two-
why I
2
chose
is the
4.
second
I
favorite,
chose
the second most
If we
popular.
do one of each, it's like $30 a piece.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I
Okay.
mean, that's
Okay.
So who's going to go to the experience?
I personally, folks, I think the
Yeah.
retired gentleman and
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we got one partaker. I don't know who the
Yeah. Go ahead, Josh.
whatever.
it's totally your call.
I've
I'll let
been.
you make the decision.
I volunteer as
And,
tribute.
Josh, do you volunteer to be
As
the other
tribute.
taster?
I do. I do, Bruce.
I second that.
Yep.
We've
Do we
given
move to close?
we've given
All
him enough
right.
shit over the last 36 hours.
Can we move to the bar so I can get another cocktail?
Yeah, there you go. Got it all over my hands. I'm enjoying it.
Whoa, man. So good.
Whew.
All right.
Hey, Pete.
How are you? Good. How you guys doing? Thank you very much.
How you doing, Pete?
Yeah, hey, how's it
Good to
going?
see you again.
Who's this old guy? It's like my twin brother over here. I wish I had your beard. Yeah, no, you just gotta work at it. You guys got some good stuff bottled up in here?
Oh, yeah.
Really say about
we got a bunch of people from Bourbon TikTok from different states that are here. Tour with us today. Cool. Good. So we got picked to do the bottling experience with the rest of them. So now tasting them. Wait on us to get done. All right. So go out there and spread them out.
Oh, absolutely.
We're going to take these back to the bottle share later tonight. And we're going to enjoy these as our. Which barrels did you guys select? We both did 2 and 4. Actually,
Yeah, we
I got
did.
2. I got 4. Is both 2 and 4.
Yeah.
4. That's interesting.
Yeah. I think when I did it, I remember. I think it was 2 and 3 that were the most popular.
They're very similar.
So what about 1? What were your thoughts on barrel 1?
So 1 for me, it was very rye forward on the port, the front palate, but the finish was almost nothing. So the finish was gone.
Yeah.
And I feel like the rye came through a little bit too harsh for me.
Yeah.
I just laid that in there to make it easier. You had to have 1 just like kick out, right?
But that 1 is a brother, right? 1 and 3 are brothers.
Well, so this is the
Brothers,
this is the thing about barrels, right? So that barrel is made out of 35 plus or minus individual staves. Just the barrel. Not even mention that. Every one of those pieces of wood is going to be something different. Every one. So it doesn't matter if they're brothers. They sat right beside each other. They were identical at birth, but by the time they come out, totally different. So each barrel's got its own story. So what I found is that people who preferred one, like really preferred it, because it was either I love it or it's like it's not for me. It was like no in between. 2 and 3, I think was like similar. I did it before I worked. I chose 4. 2 is my favorite. Yeah. Probably. Yeah. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you for your time. Yes, sir.
I'm an engineer.
It's our babies.
Who got 2 and who got 4?
2 right here. Barrel numbers are on there.
Mine's a higher proof.
Now we cheers our
Four's
bottles.
a higher proof.
Cheers to Bob.
Now we cheers our bottles.
All right, guys. Let's go eat.
very much. Appreciate you.
All right, guys. We're sharing mics here. So Great day here at Southern Distilling. If you guys are in the area, Statesville, North Carolina here, highly recommend you come check them out. Fantastic people, fantastic whiskey. And honestly, they are getting better year by year. They're doing all sorts of limited time offerings, LTOs, small releases. Keep your eye out for them. Definitely follow them on all socials.
Yeah, it's great people. Yeah, and like great bourbon, our videos get better with time.
And as always, take care of yourselves.